All right. Making a roguelike game. Of course, I'm right in the middle of this stuff right now. Let me show you what I'm trying to do here. What am I doing here? Oh. Okay, so I got to draw the border. I have a status on bottom, but now it messed up the bottom wall, so I got to get that bottom wall back down there. What we do here is we've got it set to 120 by 32. The game's actually the info, the little status down there that'll tell you like, what monster, you're fighting or whatever, your hit points, all that. Status info is going to be the last two lines. So it should be it should be 30 with the wall down there, and then underneath the bottom wall should be the little status display of two lines. So I messed that up. Also, but let's see. This is the player here, so we can our arrow keys can move around. But let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 21, 22, 23. 6, 7, 28. So I've only drawn 28 walls. It should have went to 30. 29, 30. So about right here is where it should have went. So my calculations are wrong in there somewhere. Oh. So screen size, screen width times screen height. 30 plus info lines, which is 2, so 32. That should be total screen size. Yeah, that should be the whole thing there. And I should minus 120 times 2, which is 240, to get the info start position inside the buffer. So screen size, which is this total, plus 1 for the terminating 0 on our string. Remember, it's just one big string. And we just blast it out to the console. So our screen size minus the info size, which is info lines 2 times screen width. So that should be correct right there. So that means it's in our drawing. Let's go down here to our initialize. Okay, we set it up here. Total screen size. Okay. Blah, blah. Okay, here's where we're drawing the border walls. I don't think I'm using that anymore. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay. Okay, screen height minus 2. So that should be correct. But instead of 2, we should be using info lines. Those are called magic numbers if you're new to programming. Because there's no description of it, so put it into a variable or constant. Okay, screen height minus info lines. Okay, so that should be 30. But we're doing less than that. But 0 through 29 is what you're actually doing, but it's still 30 lines. You're just starting at 0. Okay, that's correct. So our y times screen width, that should be correct. Okay, this is probably it here. This is a ternary here. See that? And then we have our two options on the ternary. This is our test, and these are the options it it can take, depending on if this is true, then it does that, otherwise it's false. So if y equals 0, we're on the top, built a wall, we know that one's correct. X equals 0, it's the left wall, we know that one's correct. Y equals screen height, which is going to be 30 minus 1, which is going to be 29. Or x equals screen width minus 1, then it should be that. Okay, so it looks like we might be overwriting that. So 29. Oh, info size. Let's go down here. Okay, I don't think we're doing this yet. No, we got it. And that should not be there. That should be info size. I believe. Yeah. We might be chopping it off here though. Screen width times screen height. So this is the whole thing. Oh. Okay, so this is subtracting 1, this is subtracting 2. Go ahead and put space in between this stuff. Now this one here is correct, -1, because we're only got that one border. On the bottom we have 2 lines plus another border line. So it should be actually on the third one from the end. You should have 2 full blank lines down there. Nothing. All right, well, so we can debug it. Let's open up our debugger. Visual Studio 2022. Oh, where's our... I need a file. Junker exe cpp. Okay, we got that. Let's go ahead and run this. And where are we at? Right there. There. That's right. Let's go and attach that. Oh. Exe. So, oops. All right, we need to see when we create this. Set that one there. Let's do, go ahead and end that. Set our debugger for here. Go ahead and attach. Oh, I'm gonna start it. Where am I starting it at? Yes. Wish I could just start it from here. No. It's probably something I don't know how to do on that. All right, let's go here. But that's what sucks is I can't can't redo it. Actually, I need to run it from Visual Studio. That way I can catch it when it first starts up. Wheel. Already attached. not be caught. Oh. Okay, I need to run this from Visual Studio. Oh. Definitely don't want that. Okay. Okay, let's just code in a little. So what is this? No, really no. Let's just code in a hotkey to restart the whole thing. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Where's our key handler here? R for restart. This is testing the high bit. Right there. It's running. We definitely don't want that. True. Where's it at? Okay, where's our loop at? Here, while it is running. Oh, where's it at? What did I say? Restart? Restart. Let's put that up here. Okay. Let's do this. This sucks. so this is where you start seeing the benefit of an initialize function. Since I did a lot of this outside of the initialize, I should have done all this in the initialize and it would be a lot easier. I could just reinitialize everything. Maybe do a clear screen, but probably don't even have to do that because there's really no state in here except for a lot of the player position and stuff. So let's throw all that into initialize and let's do that. So we'll set, let's do that. And then inside here, we can put it under here. Start equals false. Do that. Guess we'll have to do a there. Oh, I don't know that I can actually change that from there. I think you might have to do that during initialization, but I'm not sure about that. Because I think once you initialize it after that, you'd have to do a string copy. I don't know. See title. Let's just do that. UI. See title. You know what? I should just, well, no. Okay. Never mind. All right, screen width, screen height. It's kind of painful doing this in Visual Studio. Because I'm not getting my IntelliSense. I'll switch over to Sublime. Go to that. Can it detect that it was changed? Guess not. Well, yeah, it did, didn't it? Wow. Yep, it did. Yay. All right, what else do we got? Info lines is 2. size. Screen size. Copy that. All right. I think that's all. Actually, we don't have to do restart now. Let me just call initialize. actually, we can do that. Ooh, we got to do a go-to. I love go-tos. Okay, what was it? Starting equals false. That brings us out. Of course, that should all get started. Let me see here. Initialize. Screen. Where's it at? Restart and running. Okay, that should initialize these. Okay. So restart false is running as true. Okay. So I don't have to do this here again. Okay, so that breaks us out, and then well, I don't even need that. I guess it's cleaner, but I don't want to do another if restart. Well, I don't need to do this. We don't need that inside here. We can just test it on this. So as soon as restart's true, it'll break out of that. And then we can just go to that. Go to start. All right, let's go here. See what we broke. Yay. We did not break anything. Woohoo. Alright, let's see if that works. That. Alright, that did not work. Alright, where's my logic error at? Restart false. Is restart false in here? Gotta go to initialize. Let me see. What's the order of operations? Main, start, initialize. Okay, so it goes to initialize. Where's it at? Inside here, we got all this crap. Restart is false. This running is true. So it definitely crashed. Oh, I know what it was. They're doing the screen and all that. You don't have the pointers anymore. we don't want to reinitialize that. Our buffers. Okay. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Really, we don't need to do a lot of that. Let's take that out. Delete that. There. Our title doesn't need to be done either. Don't need that. Really don't need that either. Don't need any of this. Nuclear infosite, blah blah. We don't need that. Well, shouldn't hurt though, as long as we're not reassigning everything to null. All right. Blah blah. Blah blah. Okay. Really, we just want to redraw that. Actually, I'm doing way too much on this. I should have just redrew it, especially for temp code like this. Okay, that is not good. Oh, all right. Well, the restart worked. So it does restart. So let's see what we did. So nothing is done here, blah blah, screen console null, info, make that null too. Screen buffer, initialize. this here. Everything's being used before it's initialized. All right. Okay. Okay, so see down here's our info lines. So that's just writing whatever's in memory. So if we go down here, we actually go into that line on the bottom. Now we're overriding that memory, which apparently the info is never written to on the rewrite or the whatever. Let's do R. So that erased. So the R reinitialized the screen, but not the info line. So, oh wait, that was not good. So when I did that, let's see. Over here. All right. I think we need to take all this test code out. Let's get all that crap out of there. Where's it at? Here. Get this out of here too. Screen buffer. Anything that has to do with screen should be up in initialize screen. Should be, instead of buffer, let's do screen. That way it includes everything. That's really how it should be. And that way things like screen size is already done, info size is done. Oh, and that leaves just keyboard. Hell, at this point we might as well just put everything in its own function. Oh. Okay, what else is there? There truly is other random stuff. And finally, we got all this. Oh, Okay, so we do all that, is running, blah, blah. So if we did a restart, we don't need to restart the random generator or reseed it. We don't need to redo the screen buffer. We just need to do initialize world. And the player info section. We don't need keyboard. Info section. I don't think we need that one either. Or player. Well, player does need to be put back at 0, so miscellaneous should be. Yeah, we don't need that because it hasn't changed. We can do initialize player. Okay. World. So really just player and miscellaneous. And let me see, where's world at? Screen. World. Okay. Yeah, we can do initialize world. Okay. Oh. Let's put restart back in. Okay, restart's right there. We already got that. So let's put in our keyboard handler, handle keys. Oh, you know what? Forgot to increase the size of the keys. So that's more state we need. See here? 5. Remember, it starts at 0, so I have one more. So magic number again. Need to change that. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Now C won't let us put that in our array because it's got to be a constant. Apparently C++ doesn't either. Number of keys. I don't think that'll compile. This. I don't know why I'm keeping that around. That was for an older project. I guess I just don't want to have to redo it. But all right. Can use it there though. Oh, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Those are just for directions. These other ones we don't have to keep the state because it ends the game. Oh, nice. I don't know why. I think I accidentally hit the touchpad when that happens. It drives me crazy because the whole thing gets highlighted. Okay. So now we come to the ugly part. Actually, I think I need to talk louder because I think my last video I tend to mumble and say things a little in the low volume area. So I'm trying to talk louder. Okay, what am I doing? And restart is false. Okay, that breaks us out. And then we have to go to the ugly if again. If restart is true. Then go to start. Okay. All right. Are we done? Let's see. See if that'll compile. I don't think that one will compile because it's not a constant. And no, we got a lot of bull crap. Okay, what do we got here? 29. What did we do on 29? Oh, keys number. Oh, well, we forgot a semicolon for one. All right, what's the next one after that? 29. Blah, blah. We already know that. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. And then it doesn't say anything around the edges is not assignable. Blah, blah. Okay, let's just redo all that. So oh, we gotta save this. There. There. Okay, 29, they don't have value to a constant. Yeah, so can't do that. But we can keep it in locality and then just change them both. All right, now what? Saved. That initialize screen buffer not found. What did I do? I changed the name on that. 74. What did I change it to? Screen. Just initialize screen. Copy that. Ooh. There we go. Okie doke. Try it again. Got it that time. See if anything works. And okay, well, it looks like we're back where we started. That's good. If we do a R for a restart, what happens? Go there, we still get. Okay, so we go past that. Okay, so let's go into our debugger. Go ahead and attach. Where's that? Junker. Yay. Okay, so what do we want to see here? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and restart it. Well, do that. Oh, will currently be hit. Okay, well, why don't you load the symbols in? They're in the freaking directory. What if you have to open that? Probably did all this for nothing. Alright, let's do that. Do a restart on that. No. It's not picking up the blah 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 line numbers. It'll show everything. Okay. Um oh crap. I didn't I thought oh, never mind. We got to compile with I thought I already compiled it in debug. Oops. Okay. Then we will do that. Let's go ahead and quit that. Let's compile it in debug. Let's see. Junker. Whoops. CI. I cannot type today. GDI 32.lib. Come on, button. Let's do this. Okay, we did do it in debug. Yay. We have our our PDB Junker CPP Junker PDB. Yay. Okay, so we got that, blah blah. So how do we use it over here now? I wonder if it'll look for it. Or if we have to somehow load it. I don't know. Let's start that. Okay, so we have a bunch of, looks like the path name in here. I don't know how that got there. Apparently we're not clearing the memory on that. Nice. Restart that. Yeah, that's definitely not getting cleared. Let's go ahead and quit it for now. So the info area is not being written to there. So when we start that again, where am I at? Here. See, now it's clear. Huh. I don't know why it was showing the path variables. Anyway, whatever. Got too many mysteries to figure out. And that is not high on the list. So, okay. So we do have the PDB file, so we can go ahead and break into that now. So when we call initialize world, let's go ahead and do a restart. See if we can pick it up on our debugger. Whoops. It is not. Oh. Is it not being called? Oh, let me see. It should. Pick it up in there too. Oh, I never attached. Duh. Okie doke. That would be the reason that's not doing it. Okay, you can attach at any time. There. Where's our breakpoint? Oh, there it is. All right. So we got our breakpoint. What do we got? Tile options. Okay, what is it? F10 for step over? F10. One thing I hate about this keyboard is when you press the function keys up there, if you don't hold down function, then it just does those little icons on there. Like it'll lock my screen if I press F10 without holding down the function key. It should have been, I think, the function first and then the icon, second. Okay, so let's do that, step over that. So, okay, we've got that. So now we're inside screen height. Oh, we do want to know what Y is. So we are right there. X is 120, so go back. Set a breakpoint back around there too. Whoops. Oh. It's in 2. Okay, we do not want it there. Go ahead, skip over. Alright, let's go back into that. Hell is it? Okay, I need to see where Y is going to on this. That. Let's go to the very end. Right there. Alright, continue there. Do a restart. Oh. Well, I didn't mean to go there. I meant to go here, actually. What are we on anyway? Okay, why is it 28? So it ends at 28. If length is 2, screen height is 30. Minus 2 is 28, so less than that. It actually shouldn't have been that. Because it actually needs to. Why am I. Oh, I forgot. I shouldn't even be minusing that. Actually, let's go ahead and stop that. I wonder if I can just hot load that. This should be screen height. Let's see if I can hot load it. Oh, okie doke. Okay, ignore. Okay, so that's definitely a recompile. I'm trying to hot load C++. I don't know if you can or not, but okay. Get rid of that one anyway. All right, let's compile. Oh, I'm sure it all reflected in that one too. Where's my drawing? Yeah, I forgot about that. So on the same thing, it shouldn't be here either. Okay, so make sure that's in there too. That changed. Yay. Let's reload this queue. Where is my Alt Tab? Compile. Yay. Run this booger. Yay. Okay, so it looks like we got more here. I think it went down a little bit more anyway. So it's going to be 0 to 29. Well, I mean, that's still 30 lines, but yeah, okay. So, oh shoot, the drawing code or the player code. Let's see, right here. Greater than what? Py is greater than 1. What? Okay, yeah, that one works. It's the down right here. Screen height -2. We don't need that. There. Don't need the parentheses either. Right, -2. That's good. Left. Everything's good except the down, so that should be good there. Control S, Alt Tab, recompile. Restart. Okay. All the way down. Yay. All right. It is not going right. Oh. It went way down. Okay. All right. Let's see where. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28, 29, 30. So, okay. So it did print the correct number of hash signs all the way down. So now we got to get it to go across. Okay, what am I doing now? So on this here, let's go ahead and attach. Where are you? There. Attach that, and let's do a restart. There. Restart it. Go ahead and continue. Or actually step out. Or is it just continue to the next one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, at this point, oh, looks like I'm already out of it. There. Oh, that's right. We got to. I don't want to go through 120 of those. So continue that one. Continue. Continue. Step out. It's gonna take all day. Continue. Oh my gosh. Let's just get rid of that one. And there we go. Now pull it back. Or actually, can't we? Guess not. Let's see what Y is. All right, well, we're out of it anyway, so it's out of scope. So go back in there. So Y is 30. Now it prints when it's less than that. So it incremented to 30. 29. 20. Okay, so this is never going to hit. Because it's going to break out at 30, because it's got to be less than 30. So we do have to introduce that minus. This one in there. Stop that. Okay, yay. So let's see if our little player can stop at that point. Nope, overwrites it. And keeps going. So let's come back up. Yeah, it looks like we're going down to 32. And then it's being overwritten, but it's actually not writing what we should see down there. Okay, so at that point, let's quit that. I think I'm going to end this. Actually, I don't want to end it before we fix this. But so we did get the bottom border. Maybe this is a good time to stop because I think we've been recording for an hour now. Well, let's get the player to stop at the border because that's really what we should be doing here. Okay, where are we at? Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Update player. Okay. Oh, was the right? Let's test the right. We need to test the right side again since I changed so much. Let's go ahead and run it. That's one thing I didn't test. Can we still? Okay, it doesn't go up, so that's good. Guess you can draw stuff. Yay. All right, let's see. Okay, it does not look like it got, yeah, stops there. So we're good at that point. All of it's good except the lower one. Okay. So let's fix that real quick. I need coffee. All I got's cold coffee. Okay, so the right is -2 because we want to stop before we actually hit that. So on the down one, it should be before that one too. Screen height is 32, so if we minus 2, that brings us to the border, so we probably should do it at 3. Let's check that. Compile. And then run it. See what we get. Let's go down to, we did check left, right? Okay, that stops. Down here. Okay, it's stopping too far, so let's quit that. Go back in here. So instead of 3, so let's think about that. Yeah, it should be 2, huh? Because, nah, I could have swore it should have been 3, though. Because you have the 2 lines for info. So -2 would be the border. So we should stop it. Oh, it's okay, less than that. Screen height -2, so 30, 28. So it's less than 28. So 28 would be the border then. Yeah, because 29 and 30, or not 28, 32. So 30 would be the border. So less than 30 is where it should be. Okay, so I think that's right. And then let's run it. Enter that. Test. Okay. Well, no. Oh, yay, it's working. Okay. Okay, so we got all the boundaries done. Yay. There we go. That's it for this one. Boy, that was a long time. All right. Especially when nobody watches them anyway. If you watched this, then leave a comment, anything, just to let me know that someone actually watched this whole thing. Um, okay, like and subscribe and share it if you liked it. It helps the channel. And I don't have a job, so I need a job. If you have a job programming, I am interested in it. I don't care what it is. It could be Perl doing CGI. I don't really care, or COBOL, and whatever I don't know, I can learn. So hire me. Okay, bye bye.